YouTube family, and welcome to another edition of Indy Meets Disney. We are so glad you are here with us today. We have an exciting topic to talk about today.
Oh, do we?
What is it, Katie?
I think we're going to talk about the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I can hardly wait. I love the Magic Kingdom.
As do I.
It is probably my favorite theme park there at Disney. What about you?
Oh, hands down, it's the best. So, yep.
Well, let's take a look here at a few things about the Magic Kingdom and what makes it our favorite theme park.
Absolutely. Let's dig in.
So, what we love about the Magic Kingdom. So, we're going to do a little he says, she says, and compare notes and see what we like the same and what we don't like the same.
Let's find out.
So, first off, favorite ride. So, let's take a look. So, favorite ride? My favorite ride is the Haunted Mansion. I just love the Haunted Mansion so much. It has so much history, and it's just a fun ride. You know, I love that little doom buggy, they call it, as you go through the building, through that mansion, and you hear all those ghosts and goblins, and I know you enjoy the ballroom.
I do.
You see all the ghosts dancing around, and then
Yes.
Madame Leota calling the spirits, "Oh," and then you go into the graveyard scene. That's my favorite part, where you see them just having such a great time dancing, and then you go through the scene where the haunted ghost joining your buggy, and they might switch your heads around or get in the buggy with you. Hitchhiking ghost. Yeah. It's just a good, fun time there at the Haunted Mansion. I love it. It's so fun.
And I find that it doesn't usually have as long of a line as other rides do, too. So,
Yeah.
Most of the time, so...
Yeah. So,
including my ride. My ride usually has a very long wait time. My favorite ride at the Magic Kingdom is Space Mountain.
another classic.
It is a classic. So in most parts of my life, I'm not much of a thrill seeker. If you know me, you know I don't like thrills. I don't like surprises. But I love a good roller coaster. And I feel like the Magic Kingdom it's where it's at with Space Mountain.
Yes, it is.
So it's really dark. There's like hardly any lights inside of the actual the building where the Space Mountain roller coaster is. And it just kind of creeps you up there really, 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 really slowly into pitch black darkness, and then just drops you here, there, and yonder. And another cool part of it is they have overlays with the different festivals. Sometimes, like at the Villains Night that we've been to, they had like creepy villains music behind us. And one time we went in and it was completely pitch black, like no lights at all. So it's just lots of fun.
It is. And another cool thing is if the People Mover, when you take it around, it actually goes through the Space Mountain for a short time. So if the Space Mountain isn't quite your thing, hop on the People Mover. You can at least experience it a little bit.
Can I actually change my favorite ride? Maybe it's the People Mover. I do love the People Mover because I like to watch people. So.
All right. So let's talk about food now. So we're going to go to quick service restaurants. So my favorite quick service restaurant there at the Magic Kingdom is Pecos Bill's. So why do I love Pecos Bill's? Well, first off, the food is awesome.
It is.
It is Tex-Mex, and I just love that type of food. So you can't go wrong with that type of food. But the thing about Pecos Bill's as well is that they have an unlimited toppings bar. Now, things have changed a little bit with COVID. They don't have that bar open right now. But when you place an order, they will put all the different toppings on your tray for you when you place that order. But it's endless toppings. So like if you order nachos, you order a burrito, whatever it is you order from there, you can put all the sour cream you want, cheese, guacamole, tomatoes, whatever you want. So you can just pile those nachos up, pile that burrito up. And me and Katie can usually split those up between the two of us, one thing of nachos or one burrito between the two of us. And it makes a great lunch there at the Magic Kingdom. And that's probably why I love Pecos Bill's so much.
Yep. So it's not going to come to any surprise that my favorite quick service is also Pecos Bill's. So for all those exact same reasons, it's a really good, every time we go to the Magic Kingdom, we go there to eat and dine there. And it's just a really good meal to be able to share between the two of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have sit-down restaurants. So my favorite sit-down restaurant is Be Our Guest. Be our guest, be our guest, put the magic to the test. All right, so Be Our Guest. Why I like that restaurant so much. So be our guest, you get to eat inside the Beast Castle. That's just cool in itself.
Yes.
And not only you get to eat in the Beast Castle, but you eat in all kinds of different rooms of the Beast Castle. So you can either eat in the ballroom, the famous ballroom where Belle and Beast danced, or you can eat in the Rose Room, where the famous rose, where the last rose petal can't fall, or Beast is stuck as a beast, is located.
It's beautiful.
Or I think it's the West Wing, actually, is what they call that room.
Yep.
Or you can dine in the library with all the different books. So it's just an amazing experience, just because the different rooms you can sit in. You're sitting in Beast Castle. And number 3, it's a pre-fixed menu. So you get appetizer, you get your main course, you get your dessert, all for one set price. And drink is also included.
You get to choose what you want from appetizers and from the entree, that type of thing. Yep.
And the food is decent. And when it's all said and done, it's changed a little bit with COVID right now, but during regular times, you get to meet the Beast at the end. And that's a really neat experience. Right now, he's just kind of walking around. You don't get quite that same experience with actually meet and greet, but you still get to see him. So that's cool, because Beast isn't a character you normally get to see at the parks.
Yep. So, as far as my favorite sit-down restaurant, I also chose Be Our Guest for lots of the same reasons that Cedric chose. But one of my favorite things pre-COVID time was actually getting to meet the Beast. And at the end of our meal, we slow danced together, and it was just so magical. And I believe you even got a chance to slow dance with the Beast as well.
I did. And it was so magical.
So it has lots of great memories. They're beautiful. It's just a beautiful setting. When you first walk in and get to see the giantness of the castle and that first big room, the ballroom, it's glorious. It really feels like you're going into the movies. So it has just that special, just iconic, and Beauty and the Beast, it's my favorite Disney movie. So it pretty much has to be my favorite place to eat as well. And when you're finished eating your entree, make sure you try the gray stuff, because it's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So we actually have had that. It is on the menu and it is very yummy. So, yeah.
Okay, next category, we're going to talk about snacks. Because Magic Kingdom has a lot of great snacks, and it's hard to put it down to just one. But we did finally pick one.
We tried.
So my favorite is the Dole Whip, and I also have a runner-up here. It is the Nutella Waffle. So first off, the Dole Whip, why I went with that, is it is a classic at the Magic Kingdom. It is basically a pineapple swirl, kind of like an ice cream, and then they also have it in a float where you can get pineapple juice in the bottom of the cup. Now, the Dole Whip has also evolved over time, where they began to serve it in many different flavors. We've seen it in orange, we've seen it in strawberry, pistachio,
not our favorite.
So they began to take the Dole Whip and change it in all different ways, because people love the Dole Whip. And I strongly suggest, if you get to go to the Magic Kingdom, to try a Dole Whip at least one time. I think most of you will fall in love with it. It's so good. And then the reason I chose the Nutella Waffle is it's just one that we really love. Every time we go there, we've got to get a Nutella Waffle. It's served at a place called Sleepy Hollow. It's just a waffle, a simple waffle, got Nutella spread over the top of it, and it's got some fruit, strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and it's a really simple dessert, or maybe not a dessert, a snack, but it's yummy. And it's the Sleepy Hollow is located right on Parade Route, so you can go and watch the parade. Or right now it's called cavalcades, little short parades, but you can get right over and see one if you hear it coming from Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, sometimes when we are there, he has these super sensitive ears that can just sense a cavalcade coming. And so he's like, you wait here in line. I'm going to go watch the cavalcade, and we'll just switch turns, things like that. But as far as my favorite snack, it is a Nutella waffle. I consider it one of my healthier snacks at Disney, since it has fruit on top. I don't know. Maybe it's healthy, maybe it's really not. But I really do enjoy it. It's very fresh. We usually end up sharing it, but honestly, some days I don't want to share and want one of my own. It's that good. And then as far as my runner-up, so it's at the Dole Whip place, Aloha Isles, where the Dole Whips are. So my favorite one, I used to love Dole Whips. They were my favorite. But now I've discovered one of the, it's not seasonal, I wouldn't say, but it's one like kind of a special one that they sometimes like introduce on the menu and then sometimes they take it away. It's called the Kakamora float. So Kakamora would be like those evil coconut guys on Moana. And so they have made a special Dole Whip fancied after the Kakamoras. So what it is, it's a coconut Dole Whip swirl over some kind of juice. I don't remember what kind of juice it is, and that part doesn't matter because the coconut Dole Whip is where it's at. It is so good. And this guy, you don't like coconut.
No, not a fan.
But do you love the Kakamora float?
I love the Kakamora float, though.
Yes. So, and they also, the reason it's called a Kakamora float is they take a little cake pop, a chocolate cake pop dipped in chocolate, and they put a little Kakamora face on it, and it's just this cute little Kakamora cake pop that goes along with the Dole Whip. So it is awesome too, the cake pop. It's dreamy, and it's one of my favorite snacks. And that's the thing with Disney snacks. Even some of the popular ones, sometimes they're on the menu and sometimes they're not. That's why we like to keep going back again and again, so we can always get our favorite snacks. So
they keep you coming back for more. Okay, next up we have the things that we really love about the Magic Kingdom. So here's my list. First off, we have history. So Magic Kingdom is all about the history. If you want to get to the park that is closest to Walt's idea of what a theme park should be, it would be the Magic Kingdom out of the 4 theme parks there at Walt Disney World. Because Magic Kingdom, you can walk down Main Street, USA. That was based off Walt's hometown. You can ride the different rides that were also at Disneyland that were Walt's idea that came to be. You can just see the castle, and that's just nostalgia in itself. So Walt Disney is just, or Magic Kingdom is all about history. So if you want to experience history, if you want that feeling of nostalgia, Magic Kingdom is where it's at. Second is the Country Bears, and we are definitely divided on this one.
House divided. Yep.
But I'm a big fan of the Country Bears.
He is.
I love going there and seeing those animatronic bears sing their country music, have a good foot stomping time, clapping my hands, and just kicking back and relaxing, enjoying that show.
It is a break from the heat, and I'll give it that and a good nap break sometimes for me.
I will admit it's a little cheesy, but it is fun. I enjoy it.
Okay.
Next up, the parades. Magic Kingdom is our Magic Kingdom. Yeah, Magic Kingdom
That's where we're talking about. Yep.
is where it's at for the parades.
Yep.
So right now, other than the cavalcades, which they have for the COVID, as far as normal times, parades only happen at Magic Kingdom. None of the other parks have parades. So the full-blown parades during regular times happen at Magic Kingdom, and they put on amazing parades. They are usually, I think, like 20 minutes in length. They just go all out with parades, all kinds of floats. You'll see all the characters.
Yep.
It's just an amazing experience to watch a parade at Disney. So that's why I had to have it on my list.
Yeah, that's good.
And most rides. So out of the 4 parks there at Disney, if you're a person that loves rides, Magic Kingdom is the place to go to ride rides. And snacks, kind of like we just hit on, our 2 favorite snacks. It's, like I said, it was hard to narrow it down to those 2, simply because Magic Kingdom has so many great snacks. It's be almost impossible to go there in one day and try every snack. I mean, you could probably try, but you'd probably be sick to your stomach if you tried to eat every single snack in one day.
Don't do it.
But there's just so many great snacks at the Magic Kingdom. I recommend that you go there and try and put together a list of snacks that you'd like to try before you go.
Yep.
And
that's what we do. Anytime we come across something on Instagram or on Facebook that we're like, oh, that looks really good, we need to try that. I just have a running list on my phone that when we go and get ready to go to the Magic Kingdom, we're like, okay, we're going to hit here, we're going to hit here, we're going to hit here. So, and we usually do.
Yeah. So be adventurous. Try some new stuff when you go to the Magic Kingdom. There's some really great stuff.
Yeah. And then as far as my reasons why I love the Magic Kingdom, the castle. So both of us grew up going to Disney World. And when you think of Disney World, if you were to ask anybody almost, like, what's the first thing you picture when you picture Disney World? Somebody's either going to say Mickey Mouse or they're going to say the castle. So the castle is just this nostalgic, just beautiful piece of beauty that is one of the first things that you see when you walk down Main Street. And it just kind of brings all the feels to you. And that actually goes along with my second reason, which is just the magic. So the magic, it's called the Magic Kingdom for a reason. It just feels like magic. So I am married to a big kid, and when we're at Disney, we're both just big kids. It's just a magical place, and someday it's a place that we want to take our own kids to and be able to see the magic through their eyes as well. So that's just a big magic of the Magic Kingdom. I definitely had to put on here the parties. So the Magic Kingdom is well known for putting on really amazing parties. This year, because of COVID, they weren't able to keep their parties, but we have been to lots of parties at the Magic Kingdom. So some examples of those would be Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So that would be in the fall time. They also have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That's around the holidays. We've also been to a Villains Night, and those parties are amazing. So they're usually after the park closes for the evening. They let a select number of guests stay in the park that have purchased, so it's something that you do have to purchase, but the parties are hands down some of our favorite times that we've ever had at Disney. So we've been trick-or-treating and like carried home like pounds and pounds and pounds and bags of candy. At Christmas time, we had cookies upon cookies upon cookies.
Eggnog.
Yes, almost had to get an extra suitcase for all of the cookies we were able to get. And just the extra, like
Villains Night, you get to see different villains that you don't normally get to see. They put on special shows with the villains in it. All the different ones, the Very Merry Christmas, the Mickey's Not So Scary, the Villains Night, they have different projections on the castle, different fireworks. There's just totally different experiences than you would see during regular hours at the Magic Kingdom. Yeah, and I guess the fireworks would go along with the magic I was talking about before too, just that magic feeling. And I had to put on here snacks as well. We're big Disney foodies, and like we talked about, we have a constant running list of places we want to try to eat while we're there. And then there's just so many rides. One thing we didn't really hit on is that the Magic Kingdom is made up of different lands. And so there's like Fantasyland and Adventureland and Tomorrowland. Just all sorts of different lands. And within those lands, there's several different rides you can ride within each land. And so typically when we go to Disney, we try not to only have one day at the Magic Kingdom. We need at least 2 days to be able to see and adventure with everything. And the rides are so fun. They're very iconic Disney. So. And then one other thing we want to hit on at Magic Kingdom is that Disney has a thing called the Photo Pass or Memory Maker. And so what that is you pay one price before you go to the park, and paying that one price gives you the opportunity to use any single photographer you see in the park to take photos of you and your family. But you can take just unlimited, as many times as you want, photos. And you get to keep every single one of those photos. So if you make this option, if you pay for this option, we strongly suggest that anytime you see a photographer that you get photos taken. And we're going to throw some photos up here of ones that we took. And it's just, they're amazing photos. And we highly recommend, because these are memories that you're going to keep forever of your family. And they're just going to bring great memories to you. Like it says Memory Maker. You're going to be like, oh man, remember that time that we took those shots in front of the castle? Remember that time we rode Splash Mountain together? I remember just the great things we did together. I saw, especially if you only get to go one time to Disney, this would be a great thing to do for your family. Yeah, so we are annual pass holders, and as annual pass holders, you actually get Memory Maker as part of your package. But before we were annual pass holders a couple of years ago, we would purchase Memory Maker, and we treasure those memories, and we treasure, they're very professional photographers. They are stationed within like iconic places within the Magic Kingdom, and throughout the different theme parks as well. And then the other thing that you may have noticed inside of some of these pictures is the extra magic they put in. So we always like to ask a photographer, like, hey, can you dish out some extra magic for us? And so what that means, so the hitchhiking ghosts that are hanging out with us there, there's Minnie hanging out with us. So it's basically them just photoshopping our pictures and adding a little extra touch of Disney to it. Yeah. And then also, like you see in this next picture, There's also cool props around that you get your picture taken with, like Cinderella's carriage here. And then you also can take pictures on the rides, like Splash Mountain here. So you get all those pictures as well with your memory maker.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
So I think as far as talking about Magic Kingdom, I think we're ready to wrap that up for today. But we appreciate you joining with us today on another episode of Indy Meets Disney. And we will look forward to seeing you next time.
And we will see you
real soon.